Okay guys, and we're back. We're on part 3 now. So basically what I'm going to do on this video right here, this last video in part 3, I'm going to explain to you in detail why this rig is designed the way it's designed and why I do not want you to divert from it, okay? When I previously had my first videos up, I pulled them down simply because people were trying to add different things, suggestions to add different things to the rig, and it was, what I've come to realize is it was completely wrong. So I don't want you to do that. I want you to keep the rig exactly the way it is. It's designed for a very specific purpose. And so, and if you do that, I guarantee you're going to get results, I promise you. Okay, so let me go ahead and explain to you what the rig is for, okay, and why it's designed the way it is. The first and foremost thing that I need you to understand, the reason that it's built like this is because it's going to teach you how to perfect your throw. It's going to help you with your throw. That's the whole objective of this dice rig and the way that it's designed. It's to put you on the right path to getting your shot looking the way it's supposed to, okay? And that's why you see these red squares here, okay? So that is the main absolute reason that you want to shoot. You want to build the rig very similar to this, exactly like it or very similar to it with this extra flap here, okay? Because it's going to help you with your shot. It's going to put you on the right road to get your shot looking the way it's supposed to, okay? That's the whole objective of this, okay? Now the reasons why that there's, it's built the way it is several, okay? The first thing is, I want you to understand, the first thing I want you to understand is the rig is designed so that it does not, I repeat, does not, I repeat, does not replicate casino conditions. I don't want it to replicate casino conditions. It's not supposed to replicate casino conditions. It's just about you perfecting your throw, okay? And when I explain a little bit more, you'll understand why all this, why all those things work together, okay? So now that you understand that it's not supposed to replicate casino conditions, do not add anything to it. Don't put Legos back here, which was a great idea. It was a great suggestion, but for the purpose of what I'm teaching you, don't do that, okay? Don't add bottle caps back here so that they act like pyramids. Don't do any of that. Just keep it the way it is, okay? So let me explain to you what these red zones are for, okay, and how you're supposed to use them. Okay, the first red zone is what it is your target area, okay? This is where, when you're shooting, and after you've set up and you've learned the shot, either through videos or on YouTube or, whatever, from a text, from a book or whatever, you learn the shot, now you have a target area, okay? So this first red zone is so that you can have a place to shoot to. It's your target zone, okay? So you want your dice to hit, every time you throw, you want your dice to hit there, right on the target zone, okay? Now, this zone up here is where you want your dice to bounce into, okay? So when they hit, and they barrel roll correctly and they hit, they are supposed to go forward and land up in this area and die, okay? That would be a perfect shot, okay? So this box is going to train you to keep your shots coming just like this, barrel rolling, they hit, and then they rotate forward together in unison, bounce into the middle, and die, okay? That's what you want, keeping those dice on axis, okay? Boom. Okay, now that the reason that they are red is so that when you're shooting into the rig, you'll actually, using your peripheral vision and your depth of field with your eyes, you'll be able to see if your dice are hitting here, and when they bounce up, if they're hitting in the back wall red zone. Okay, so that's why these squares are red, so that you can see them very easily. That's why they're that color. Okay, and don't paint them black, don't paint them blue, paint them red. Okay, darken those in with the red marker. That's why. Okay, so and what these red zones are going to do is it's going to help you see what your dice are doing in the air. For instance, I'll give you an example. If your dice hit, okay, and they roll forward, hit into the middle zone and die, that's a perfect shot. Okay, if they hit and they Y out into the corners, your shot's off. Okay, you'll have to readjust. Let's say you make a shot, they hit, and they both end up in the corner. Your shot's off. Okay, you'll have to readjust. If they hit and they hit in this corner, your shot's off. Okay, let's say one hits, rotates forward perfectly, dies, and then this one comes off to the side. You have a grip problem, your shot's off. Okay, so if you do not see this, and this, anything other than that, your shot is off. Okay, so now you understand why the rig is designed the way it's supposed to be designed. Because, okay, now you know why it's designed the way that it's designed. Okay, because what's going to happen is, if you were to put pyramids back here, okay, or Legos or bottle caps, or some kind of rubber that has bumps on it to throw those dice off, you'll never be able to see what your dice are actually supposed to look like. Okay, and that is forward, here, down. Okay, you'll never be able to see that, because what's going to happen is your pyramids are going to throw the dice off in different directions. Okay, and you'll never be able to see what your shot's really supposed to look like. Okay, that's why I do not want you putting anything back there. Okay, now, all right, let's move on, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you another reason that I do not want you to put anything back here, and that is because I want you to be able to condition your mind so that when you are throwing, you're actually throwing into a flat wall. Okay, and then what happens is your mind gets conditioned, so that when you go into actual play, the pyramids that are on a real table, the alligator back, you will look at it like a flat wall, and you'll play into it like a flat wall. And it's a mind trick. I know it's a ridiculous statement that I just made. Guys that have been doing dice control for a long time are going to think I'm crazy, stupid, ridiculous, doesn't work. Well, let me tell you, they're flat out wrong. You can make pyramids act like a flat wall. Okay, that's a fact. I've done it. All right, so that's why I don't want you putting. That's another reason why I don't want you putting anything back here. It's because I want you to condition your mind to see a back wall, a flat back wall every single time you play in live play. That is why I don't want you to put anything back there. Okay, so that when you go into live play, you're going to see an alligator back, but in your mind's eye, you're actually going to see a flat wall, and you're going to throw into it like a flat wall. And guess what? Your dice are going to act like they're coming off of a flat wall. So there you go. That's the reason why this is designed the way it's actually designed. Okay. Now, also, the bounce of a cardboard is actually pretty good. It's not exactly realistic to a casino. It doesn't have to be, but it's pretty damn close. Okay. So just lay it on a table and have at it. Okay. So now I think you understand exactly why this rig is designed the way it's designed. Okay, I think I've covered everything that you need to know. So one other suggestion that I would give you, if you're really going to get into this, shooting dice controlled, if you're going to go out and spend money, the one thing that I would recommend you buying, the first thing out of the gate, if you're going to spend money, is get yourself my dice gripper. Buy my dice gripper. You have to have a good grip, okay? So the first two things that you need is build a rig and get some casino grade dice and start shooting. From that point forward, you get a couple of months into it and then you want to go ahead and start getting more serious into it. Your next investment should be the dice gripper. That should be your next investment, because everything about dice control is determined on your grip. I don't care what kind of betting strategy you have, how good you think your hedging systems are, it does not matter. If you do not have a solid throw, a perfected throw, you are not going to consistently beat the casinos. It's just not going to happen. So buy a dice gripper. If that's the next thing you're going to do, buy a dice gripper. Okay? So there you go, guys. I think I've covered everything that there is to know about how to build the dice rig, how to set it up, and there you go. You're off to the races. This is it, guys. Do not divert from it. Keep it exactly the way it is. It's designed very specifically for the reasons I just told you. Have fun. Shoot me some comments on my videos, and I'll help you guys out as much as I possibly can. But I'm going to tell you guys, last thing I'm going to tell you, this works. I know, because I've proved it, I've done it, and I used exactly this system right here, and it works beautifully. So go out there, get it done, have some fun, and start killing the casinos. See you on the next video. Koganinja, I'm out.